Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. How's everybody doing tonight? It's Friday. I'm loving this Friday thing. I apologize for the wet hair. I literally just finished cleaning the chicken coop and just had something to eat and had to take a shower because I was covered in chicken dust. We all know how that is. Hello, Rebecca Davis. Welcome in. Happy to have you here. We're excited you're here. Hey, Coupon Gail. Thanks for being here. And Gail, I know it's family time, so, feel free to hang out with the fam. Totally get it. But yeah, we'll give everybody a couple minutes to come on in. We've got Tom from Monts Family Homestead on tonight. They have a great channel, so if you haven't seen them, you'll be able to, which is pretty cool. Hello, Gagne Farms. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. What's everybody got planned this weekend? Hey, Ariella. Thanks for being here. I'm so sorry I couldn't be there earlier. I was out dealing with a chicken coop issue. I was telling Tommy from Monts a little bit ago that we had a chicken that we've been keeping an eye on. She's got a red bum, so to speak, with feather loss. And we've been taking care of it and treating it. And we thought it was one thing. We think it's mites. So last minute today, the whole coop got cleaned out and disinfected. So that way we prevent the spread. So needless to say, Ariella, when you texted me, I literally just got out of the shower and shoved some food down my throat because I've been at it for hours and it got dark on me. That was hard. So we got to treat the rest of the girls tomorrow. Hey, broke cowgirl. Gwen, you really helped me out. Let me just tell you, I made my first batch of soap and I thought I made it to trace, but thanks to your video, and I mean this with my whole heart, thank you for your soap video. The timing was perfect. I realized that I did not bring it to trace. So that was my problem with my first batch. So thank you very much for teaching me. I appreciate it. Hello, Vineyard Chicks. How are you, girls? Hope you're doing well. Hey, Marino's Mysteries. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Ariel. I appreciate it. So yeah, it's just, hey, Bob Sawyer. I think it's Sawyer. I was talking to, it was Broke Cowgirl did a goat milk soap video, and I watched it today. And when I made my first batch of soap, I thought I brought the bowl mix with the mixer to trace, and I didn't. So now I know why it took so long to set up. So I wanted to thank her. So I hope that made sense for you. Let's see here. Hey, Seed Faith. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello, Abundant Acres. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. Hey, Ricky Ventures. Am I going to get snow this weekend? Not that I've heard of, and we really need it. So I'm at a point where I want snow because we're so dry out here. It's not good. We don't get rain. We haven't had any precipitation whatsoever. I want to make sure I got everybody. I was wondering, hey, Uncle Al. Ryan's had a long, busy week, so he actually just went to bed, believe it or not, because he's got to work tomorrow. Hey, Uncle Al. Oh, okay. I'll put her channel up in just a minute, Barb. I am wondering if somebody would be willing to mod for me that I know, because Lisa Colovi, my mod, has a birthday tonight. Not her birthday, but her husband's birthday. Seed Faith, would you be willing to moderate for me and throw some links up? Or Ariella, would you be willing to moderate? Or Gagne? Just kind of wondering. Let me get that. Let's see here. I'm just waiting for the chat. Okay. Oh, thanks, Mike. I think I got a couple though already, but thank you. Let me just make sure. Tommy, bear with me. I'm just getting that part set up. I apologize. Okay, hang up. Let's see. We got to take care of business, right, before we can move on. Okay, Coupon Gail. Well, here's Seed Faith. I'm going to let you give it a shot. Hey, Celtic Roots. Hey, Carla, living a rogue life. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Okay, I got enough mods now. Thank you, everybody who offered, and thank you, everybody who's doing it. And Mike, thank you. I try not to make a million people moderators because I don't like people feeling like they have to. So, and usually I have mods on here. So I apologize that we had to get that business taken care of. So if we could put up Broke Cowgirl's channel link, that would be great. I understand, Ariella, no problem at all. Yeah, Broke Cowgirl's link, so Barb gets that. All right, well, I think I said hello to everybody, and I apologize. We had to get that business out of the way, but without further ado, I am going to bring up Tommy from Monts Family Homestead. So here he is.
What's up, guys? How are we?
Doing great. How about yourself today?
I am wonderful. It's Friday night.
Yep.
And don't have to work tomorrow. Sorry, Ryan has to work tomorrow. Bless his heart.
Yeah, he's not too thrilled about it, but
no, I wouldn't either.
He doesn't usually, but they've got a lot of projects going on, so he's trying to get stuff done. And then
sure.
Whenever you work with equipment fails. So
well, wonder how I know that.
Yeah, you rebuilt something. Oh, got everything falling over next to me. Okay, Barb, good. I'm glad you got that. So sorry that took so long, Tom.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Hey, guess who just came in? Pastor Lon from the Homesteading Pastor.
Hey.
Are you able to see comments? If you look on the right-hand side of the StreamYard, you got it?
Mm-hmm.
See, you're doing great. So Abundant Acres said, hey, Tommy, we just got your sticker. Thanks.
All right, good.
Living a Rogue Life said hello. So, yeah, welcome in, everybody. And thank you for the folks running links. Appreciate it. So anyway, a lot of people here probably know who you are, but I'm going to go through the stuff like they don't.
Sure.
Sometimes you learn something new about somebody.
Sure.
So you were born and raised in the state you're living in now, correct?
In Mississippi, I am.
Yep, Mississippi. Awesome. So tell us about what kind of property you have there.
We've got 2 acres that we actually bought about 10 years ago. Not to go into a whole lengthy story, but where my wife and I, when we first got married, I had already had a house that I had bought a couple of years before that and kind of redid and all. But we stayed there, like I said, till 10 years ago. Yep. And her dad passed away, so we wanted to be closer to her mom, which is about 20 miles away from where we were. And I actually opened my mouth, and a guy was looking for, I'm serious, a house and land. We had an acre there, and he and his girlfriend were actually going to get married 3 months or so. And I said, sure. And I said, I was actually the volunteer fire chief at the town I was in. And he said, well, we'd like to come look at it. Well, a long story short, we had 45 days to get out. And this was in March, spring break. And my wife was a school teacher, and we had to try to move from the house and move out to her mom's out here. And it's actually right across the road from where we are now. But we stayed over there for 14 months. And this property came available. Already had that 30 by 30 barn built on it. And there was a guy that had a mobile home on here. And when I bought the property, he said, can you give me 6 months? Sure. Just pay me rent, be fine. So he bought the mobile home, moved it off, and then we built. So
Nice.
that's where we are now.
Nice. So what kind of animals do you have on your farm or your property?
Actually, we have three goats for.
Oh,
That's all right.
sorry, Tommy.
No, that's fine. Hey, people don't want to see me anyway.
No, sometimes when I'm typing back to the folks in the chat, I must hit like a short key. Sorry.
Nah, you're good. You're good. But at my son's house, he's got our quail, our chickens, and I have 2 goats over at his house. So we're actually going to pick up a female for him next week. And I've actually got my wither sold to a guy today. He wanted to buy it. So I said, sure. I mean, this happened really quick. So
Yeah.
he's going away probably tomorrow or Sunday after church, I guess. But we're actually going to Columbus, Mississippi, which is about 60 miles from us tomorrow to look at some more chickens that are a rare breed chicken. So I don't want to say too much about that because that'll come in a later video.
Yeah.
But
hey, Jeff.
We're looking at turkeys. We found some adult turkeys, but I'm not paying what this guy was wanting for them. He had 10 of them, and he knocked the price down from 75 a piece to 65 a piece. And I said, no, I think I'll wait on that.
Do you know how much turkey chicks are? Okay, we were going to order, I think 4.
Right.
And they told us minimum order 5. And it was the way that I order it through my feed store.
Right.
So the reason why I share this story is I said, yeah, no problem. Let's get 5, and I just ordered 30 meat birds and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And me, I'm thinking chickens, right? Chicken cost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 15 to 20 bucks a piece. I almost died when I got the bill and I went, how much are the turkeys? And so, yeah, P.S. That's why when we found out one passed away, but when we found out that we had 2 males and 2 females,
Right.
Yeah, we're keeping them and we will get an incubator.
Sure. And that's we're actually, I've got another guy that's got turkeys, but he has no eggs right now. So that's probably what we're going to wait on.
Yeah.
And I can get those a lot cheaper.
Wow.
A lot cheaper.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the people were saying I got ripped off. They're $8 here, $6 here. I bought them right from the hatchery. And I mean, the chicks are dirt cheap.
Well, these are actually grown. And
yeah, for that price, it makes sense.
But yeah, he's just trying to get rid of all of them, and I don't want to spend $700 on turkeys right now.
No. And I know that mine were more money because they were heritage breed turkeys.
Sure.
Were Berlin Reds. I don't remember the hatchery offhand, Gagne, but I could message you later. I have to look. But I know that they were a lot more money because they were heritage breed.
Okay.
Because the regular commercial breed were a lot cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, figures. I always go with the heritage breed. It costs me more money. Hey, Annette at the Cow Emporium.
Hey, Annette. How are you?
I wanted to just make sure here. Yeah, Jeff said I'm buying show turkeys. Yeah. Well, I only bought them one time. It ain't happening again. Let's see here. I think I got everybody. Yeah, I almost died when I saw that. Let's see. So you're thinking about going into turkeys. You're looking at getting mature ones.
I'm probably going to start small. I really think I am. And we're probably going to wait till spring. I mean, I don't want to deal with them during the cold and wet here in the South. I mean, we don't have a lot of snow here. I mean, we did last year. We had 9 inches. Well, in February.
Wow.
And we had 9 inches here. And that's the biggest snow we've had in, 10, 12 years, something like that. And temps got down to, I think our lowest temp was 4 degrees. And it didn't get above freezing for 5 days.
Yep.
But, I know y'all are used to that up there.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Carla had a comment, but can you see on the screen? Vineyard Chicks wanted to know what kind of goats you have.
I've got 3 Nigerian dwarf, and I take that back. I got 4 Nigerian dwarf, and I've got 1 wither that, like I said, that he sold, and that was a friend for Bruno, and of course we got rid of Bruno because he tore my wife up pretty rough, and she doesn't get too ticked off about anything. But when she came in and she was black and blue from legs and arms and things like that, it's time to go. So you can go back and look. I think we did just a short video on the exit of Bruno.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, Carla, I think it was Hoover's 14 for the Heritage. Yeah.
Yep. I see that now. Mm-hmm.
And then Celtic Roots said, makes sense. We paid $150 each for our pigs heritage breed. Yeah. Yep. So our Mangalitsa, Duroc, and Berkshire crosses, obviously they were just feeder pigs. I think we got those for $65 a piece. Our Coonies, that's a whole other financial game. Let's see here. Sherman and Grant are not registered, but they're purebred.
Right.
They're purebred. Grant has a registered father, but not a registered mother.
Mm-hmm.
Sherman had 2 registered parents, but he did not grow wattles, so he didn't meet the breed standard. And they were $250 a piece.
Yep.
And then Eleanor, I think Eleanor was a little over 600 because she was registered and had ideal teats, is what they say, because the way they're lined up and stuff. I sound so intelligent, don't I? Thanks, because they were lined up.
We've never had pigs. My daughter actually wants a pot-bellied pig for the house, and Alicia, she keeps saying we're not having a pig in the house. Her best friend had one, and as a baby, they had vents in the floor, and this pig fell through one of the vents and got in the vents under the house, and they had to go in and cut the vents out to get this pig out.
Oh my word!
They did. Ours are in the ceiling, so I won't have to worry about that. But I told her, I said, when she gets married, her and her husband, if they want a pot-bellied pig, I guess they can have one.
Yeah. Yep. And then Fiona was originally supposed to be Eleanor, and what happened was she was very small and didn't meet the breed standards. So I think she was like 500, but she couldn't be registered at the time because she didn't meet the standard. But now she's the same size as Eleanor. But again, she's all purebred. So it's a lot of money getting all that stuff.
Oh, it is. It is. It really is. I've got the last 2 little bucklings that we bought. One of those are purebred because he's got the blue eyes, and I haven't got the papers for him yet. So I'm waiting for the papers for him.
Yep. Hey there, Whiskey and Sunshine Off Grid.
Welcome hey, y'all. In. We got another visitor.
What?
I said, we have another visitor.
You have a visitor?
I do.
They're in Mississippi, Gagne.
Yeah, we're in Mississippi. We are about if we're about 30 miles from the Alabama line, and we are about 45 miles south of the Tennessee line. So that'll give you an area somewhere like that.
Yeah.
You come around.
Jeff at the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla said show breeds, we call them. We sell them to city folks like at your farm. Hey, you want to know why I got them? Is because they say that the meat is excellent. So I plan to sell piglets and raise some for meat. Hello to Jackie Saylor and anybody else in the chat I missed. Hey there, how are you?
That's my son. That's my son, Cameron.
Hey, Cameron. Haven't seen you on film in a while.
I have been so busy with my 16,000 jobs that I have.
Getting ready to be a paramedic, and like I said, he works sometimes 24-hour shifts, and it's hard for him to do things sometimes back and forth. So I told him, I said, just run over tonight if you got a minute, and you can say hi to everybody and go home and go to bed.
Hold on a minute, Tommy. We have an issue in the chat that we need to take care of.
Yeah.
Somebody's misbehaving.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I got people doing it. Good girls. Yep. Thank you.
They had I don't know who that was the other night that had somebody on there doing that, and they would they would block them out, and they would come in with a different IP address and come back in, and it.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man, really?
Yep. Just going to take a picture of that so I can.
Yep.
Thank you, guys. So ridiculous. Yes, Jackie, I did get him cheaper since he didn't meet the breed standard. Because he didn't have the wattles. I got him for $250, and he probably would have cost me over $600.
Yeah.
So, thank you, mods. Yeah, they're doing their best, guys. Trust me, it's harder than you think. It's challenging sometimes. I'm going to leave it at that. Yep, spammers are out of control. Okay, good. Hey, Huga. Hey, everybody. I'm sorry. I just want to get back to poor Tommy because he's being really patient and we're dealing with some stuff here. So I'm a little distracted.
You're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it at all. Not at all.
Yep. So, anywho. My word. They just drive me nuts.
I know it.
They're doing a great job. Are all baby pigs that expensive or just coonies pretty much?
Coonies. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's why I want to sell piglets. So Cameron, you're working on 27 jobs.
You're right.
Ambulance is one of them.
Ambulance is one of them. I work retail at a military surplus store. Volunteer fire department, 2 children, trying to be a husband.
Might want to prioritize the husband thing a little more.
Yeah. I've been in the doghouse a lot here lately.
I'll just leave that alone where it is. not going there.
I special ordered me a bed out there. That way I could be a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah. Hero all around is what somebody said in the comments.
Oh my word! Yeah, and I actually got him into the firefighter field back
not long after the dinosaurs passed.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. But the town that we used to live in, I was a fire chief down there for 10 years, and I was on the department for 16. And there's a plaque right above his head. Yeah, I'm still getting used to this left-right thing. Yeah, right there, over there. That the fire department gave me when I left, and it said to Tommy for 16 years of dedicated service. So that's I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
So, now the department that we're on also, I'm the assistant chief up there. He's the captain up there. So we stay involved. We do with our community and all. We do. So important to do. It is. And yes, thank you, mods. I appreciate it. I know I should ignore them. I have control issues. I apologize. I admit it. That's one of my flaws. So talk about what people can see on your channel. Starting out, we didn't know which way really to go. I mean, I'll be honest with you. And we started out a year ago is what we started at. And I think we're up to like 321 subscribers now. So, we're doing fine. And I tell everybody, look, be patient with this, and I'm not looking to be the next Arms Family Homestead or, something like that, or Cog Hill, or, I'm not looking to do that. Yep. But if I can share something educational for people, whether it be on the homestead or whether it be just like a couple of weeks ago, I had a guy that had a bush hog that was torn up, and that's my field at work. I've been a diesel tech for 35 years. Wow. And yeah, that's what my main job is. I'm actually the shop foreman over one of the cities close to us, is where I've been for 27 years. Wow. And then before that, I actually worked at the international place for trucks. And that's where I got all of my schooling for free and all my certifications and things like that. But you can see around about a lot of stuff. I do some woodworking here and there, building here and there. You can go back and look. My wife and I actually did a little climbing wall for our granddaughter on our little clubhouse that we built. So it's on there. Several things about 6.7 trucks. bulldozers, things like that. And then things around the homestead, building fences. And I mean, just there's a whole conglomeration of things.
Wow.
So, the Lord's blessed me with a lot of talents, and I try to use them to the best of my ability.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so do you have just the goats? You don't have chickens or anything like that?
No, Cameron has the chickens, and we kind of went into that together to basically have it over at his house.
And you get the eggs.
Well, he actually does the eggs. Alicia's mom, her husband, she got remarried about 4 years ago now, but he has, let's just say, game chickens, and some things that we'll leave it there. But he's got over 300 chickens. And
wow.
Yeah, at any time we can, we just say we need a dozen eggs.
Yep.
So Cameron goes out most of the time in the morning times and gathers his, and of course they're molting right now. I think everybody's chickens are molting right now, but he might get one, and then the next day he might get 4.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where we are with that. But like I said, he's the one that found the turkeys the other day, and he called me. He said, "Dad, I found the turkeys." He said, "But I don't know if you want to pay this or not." No, we're not going to do that. But we're trying to build a little bit more, and I'm actually going to try. Alicia, my wife, retired last year from the school system. She taught for 30 years, and she said it's time to go. That's when COVID hit, and I mean she picked the perfect time. But what Pastor Lon saying, you can do a great job on your channel.
Careful with the word. We call it like cinnamon vanilla because we're not supposed to say that word for the name of what's going on in the world.
Oh my word!
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Gee whiz.
The
wonderful thing the wonderful thing that's being passed around, whatever.
The coof.
It's nuts. It's nuts. I know it. It is crazy. Gee, but everybody's coming in and saying hello. So that's really cool. You got a lot of chickens.
Yeah, he does. And
quail recently.
Yeah, like I said, we've got the Japanese quail, the comejoinus quail, rabbits. And he does have rabbits too. But
dogs.
Yeah, he's got registered German shepherds that they're trying to breed now.
Nice.
So one is solid black. Of course, that's one of the kind of rare ones. I think that's right. So.
Yeah.
But he paid more for them than I would pay for them.
It's funny. Everybody talks about the molt, and not seeing it here.
Really?
Yeah, and I got my chickens last year, so this is the first year that they should be molting. And I mean, I'm seeing some signs of it, but not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there thinking, gosh, I hope they don't lose them all now because it's cold.
Oh, they will. They'll lose them, and just flat out quit laying too. And that really used to gripe my dad a whole lot, because when I was coming up, we had Buff Orpingtons and Araucanas. Araucanas is what we had. That of course laid the green and the brown egg. Dad, when I was young, had a real bad bout with diverticulitis and like to died. He had 3 surgeries in 9 months.
I need to respond to that. I got a question for them.
Okay, we breed shepherds. All right, Cameron wants to ask Abundant Acres Homestead a question.
Have y'all ever had a breeding pair that will not take? Because our 2 will not take for some reason.
Somebody asked a question here while we're waiting on their answer. Sure. Whoops. There it is.
They're Rex rabbits.
Yes.
That's a pretty popular one.
Yeah, just more of a meat rabbit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome in. If I didn't say hello to you, I apologize. I'm just trying to make sure we get through some questions here. We're waiting on Abundant Acres to answer about a breeding pair that didn't take, right?
Right.
For three tries now.
3 tries. Okay. Hey, Lisa Clovey, welcome in. So Tom, wait a minute. We got an answer. Let's do that first.
Sure.
We had a female that would only breed with one of our boys. We had 2 studs.
Do
you have any suggestions, Angie, about what maybe Cameron can do with his pair.
She will stand for him, and they do tie up, but
Yep.
she just hasn't taken yet.
Gotcha.
Hoping one of them's not sterile.
Oh wow.
Ooh. Yeah, hope not. So what kind of animals in the future are you thinking about for yourself, Tommy?
I know we're going to do turkeys. I know
Definitely.
that. Sure. Yeah. And our doe, our oldest doe, Lilo, I know she's pregnant. So she's more pregnant now than she was last year. So I'm hoping we'll have at least twins this year from her. I'm kind of going to wait and see how everything goes with that, because we've got 2 pens with that. Probably going to take and move all of those into one as far as the goats and everything, and put the turkeys in the other pen. And I don't know, like I said, the guy that's got a pasture behind me has 40 head of cattle, and I'm hoping to try to buy at least one from him and raise it back there, because he's kind of giving me the okay about that, and that would be great. I was talking to forget who it was I was talking to the other day about it, but they said, yeah, if you can do that, and of course pay him for the medications and all that kind of stuff, but raise it right behind the house, and
Nice.
that's what we're trying to look at doing. I just don't know about pigs yet. I don't think we've got enough room for them. I mean, our property goes, it's flat where the house is, but it goes downhill one side and then downhill the other side. Not a bad taper, but it does. But
Yep.
the quail is I think is really what we're going to try to raise more, not just for the eggs and the meat, but to sell also. I think that's what we're going to try to do.
Pigs, you'll be on your own on them. Ain't messing no pig.
How old is the female that you're trying to breed?
Male is 4. He's actually a week younger than our daughter, our oldest daughter, and our female has just turned 2. We didn't breed her first cycle, but around 18 months was the first time we tried.
Okay, because they were saying they didn't breed the female till she was 2.
So maybe now that she's old enough, it'll be a little bit easier.
Gotcha. Welcome in, Melissa Wadley.
I looked at that and I thought, she said, hey, brother and nephew, that's my sister.
Oh, cool. How do you pronounce her last name?
Wadley. You got it right.
Okay, good.
That's right.
Oh, thanks for coming in. That's really sweet. I love when families do that.
Yep.
Hey, How to Garden. Pastor Lon wants to know what breed of turkeys are you planning to get? He might have missed that in the beginning.
I don't know yet. That's kind of what Cameron and I were looking at.
The kind that you eat.
Probably a heritage breed, more than likely. Now, did you hear what he said? The kind that you eat.
Well, yeah. There's nothing on this farm that doesn't serve a purpose.
I agree.
Exactly.
So it's either breeding or it's eaten.
And that's one thing that I don't mind doing, as far as going to, as Gary says on Walker Farm, going to freezer camp. I don't mind doing that with my animals, but my better half, she can't do that. So one way, shape, form, or fashion, we will at some point.
Right.
But yeah, I think, like I said, we're going to stay with the quail and turkey and goats for right now. And like I said, we're looking at some more chickens tomorrow. So
exciting.
That's where we're going.
That's exciting.
Right. Trying to be self-sufficient.
Yep. I couldn't agree more. Hello, Moon over Miami. Hello, Tuber Chat. Kevin, welcome in. Rambling with the Brooms. Thank you for being here. I was saying that, nothing on the homestead unless it serves a purpose. However, I will say this. I told Brian I wanted 2 coonies for pets, aside from a breeding pair. Note that I have 4. So, but again, they're breeders.
Right.
I will say this. I probably when and if the time comes, because they're young,
Sure.
I will probably have them forever, even when they just are out to pasture.
No, and that's fine. It is, and that's what I say on a lot of our videos. Our goats are their pets. They are, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a couple 3 days ago, whatever it was, went out and did one in the morning time because when I get home in the afternoon it's 5:30 and it's dark 30. So I have to try to do a video either in the morning before I go to work or 3 Saturday or 2 Saturday and 1 Sunday afternoon. And of course, it's getting rain for the next 4 days here.
Oh,
yeah. So that's, you try to have something to put up somewhere. Tommy talks to his goat.
Tommy talks to his goat like they're his children, and he gives them daily snacks. Don't let Barb fool you. Have you ever heard Barb talk to her chickens?
Yeah, I have.
The goats get better attention than the kids and grandkids do.
Oh, but I can't help it though. And now, Alicia, if you will go back, I did a short with her. She was down there with our newest buckling rider, and she was just sitting down with him, and he just comes up and just kind of basically gets in her lap. I just bring out the iPhone, and I thought this is crazy. She got her back turned to me, and that's one thing Alicia does not like to do. She does not like to take pictures. She does not like to be on video.
Yeah.
But she was down there. And Ryder just kind of comes up to her, and I asked her, I said, are you really doing this? And she says, What are you talking about? But, and she sits there and just pets him like a puppy dog. And I want him tame enough. And I guess that's what she's trying to do with him. I mean, he's 4 months old now, 5 months old now. So, I mean, and of course they give no trouble. They don't, but hopefully they won't.
Yep. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Bye, Angie. Thanks for being here.
Thank y'all.
Yes. And Carla, animals providing joy is serving a purpose too. Yes, they are.
Yep.
They absolutely are. But I need to justify them if I'm going to be paying for them to feed them.
Well, feed. I used to buy. I use a round. I'll say a round. I use a goat developer is what I give hours. And a year ago, I was paying $8.50 a bag. It is now $13 a bag. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I can tell you that what I've been doing is we buy a pallet of pig feed.
Right.
Because we were feeding the meat pigs. So we ended up buying 2 pallets. And then, of course, the second pallet, we had a lot left over. So we're feeding that to the coonies now.
Sure. Sure.
But once we get through that, we will change up our feed, but we will try to buy a pallet. But with the chickens, I haven't been buying a pallet. But it's hard because I got a store and I'm worried about mice getting into it. So,
yeah.
But I will tell you this, with everything going on in the world, I've been trying to buy 4 or 5 bags at a time whenever I can.
Yep, that's exactly what we do.
And I don't know if you watch Bushcraft Family.
I don't think I've seen them.
He does. I can send you his link later if you're interested.
Yeah, that's fine.
He does a lot of reports on what's going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And his information is spot on because he talked about feed prices going up before it happened. He talked about grain shortages before it happened. And I'm glad I listened to some of his stuff because I stocked up. So, you just never know, and you don't want to be without chicken feed,
No, I agree with that.
But not everybody can buy a super sack,
Sure.
So, so tell me what kind of, what are some things about you that most people wouldn't know about you that you feel comfortable sharing?
Let's see. Most people know that I'm a pastor also.
Mm-hmm.
Raised in like I said, a small town. Didn't get into much trouble when I was a kid. I was so afraid of my dad.
What a sweet man he is. I saw that video.
Yeah, he is. And of course, mom passed away 2 years ago, and he still struggles with that. He does. And but we are we're conversing back and forth a second. Hang on.
Are we ready?
Wife is calling. Hi, Cameron.
Nice to see you, Cameron.
See you. But my mom played the organ and piano in church until she passed away. Should have been afraid of his sister. I don't think so. Don't go there.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, my sister said should have been afraid of his sister.
Yeah.
But we have a very talented family. I play guitar. I play the trumpet. I play the trombone. I
Wow.
play the piano. I was a minister of music for 14 years and then surrendered to the ministry back 10 years ago. Back in 99, we made a trip. I say we, the church I was at, we went to Honduras after Hurricane Mitch. Went on a mission trip and stayed 9 days down there. Now I'll tell you, that's a different deal. If you want to go on a mission trip, I mean, there's anything, a lot of things you can do here in America too. I mean, it is right next door, but to see a third world country firsthand, you'll have that in your mind for the rest of your life. But anyway, back to some of the things that I do. I've sang in a quartet, actually 2 quartets since 1989.
Wow.
Yeah, we've done 4 albums or CDs. We had one song, "Consider the Lilies," that we recorded. Joel Hempfield and them came out with that years ago, and
Wow.
it actually went to #1 at a radio station in Salem, North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And stayed there for 4 weeks. But yeah, it's just I do a few things here and there.
I do a few things here and there. And what do you always say to? Well, I won't say what you say to me when I'm messaging. You're like, well, I'm gonna say it. You always say like, I don't do much. I don't do much.
I don't have a lot of time to do anything else, basically. What would you like more or less in your life?
Jackie Saylor wants you to put up some of the videos of the quartet, just so you know. Hey, Country Mama. Hey, Susan's Ramblings.
Wow.
Susan, I didn't realize you were East River. That is so cool. Sorry, South Dakota is broken up into East River and West River. That's how everybody refers to the state.
Right.
So I'm West River, but that is so cool.
I've actually been to South Dakota 2 times.
Hey, Leanne. Really?
Mm-hmm. We back in 96 or 97, I went to school in Watertown for a week-long school up there. But we made a 9-day trip out of it. We went to see Mount Rushmore and stayed out there for a couple of days, and then went back. And like I said, I went to school. This was in June, and my wife and son Cameron, Lindy wasn't born, and they were going they were going to go to the water park in Watertown. They go in, pay the $20 for afternoon. They go in, go down the slide, they come back out, and their mouth is purple. And like I said, this is in June, and they said, "We're done, Dad. We're done. We're through." Okay.
That's funny.
It is. And the last time I was there, Alicia didn't go the last time I flew up, and it was June 2nd, I think, when we flew in, and the low that night was like 26, 27, something like that. And I brought all short sleeve shirts. I actually had to go to Walmart and pick up a little small jacket just for that week.
That's funny.
But I love South Dakota. I do.
It's a beautiful place.
It is.
Jackie Saylor wanted to know if it was a barbershop quartet.
No, it's actually a Southern Gospel quartet.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And then will you answer Celtic Roots Farm?
What would you like?
That question on the screen.
What would you like more or less in your life? Wow. I'm trying to spend more time with family and and grandkids and kids. Less I would like. Gee whiz, I don't know. I have to think about that a minute. I'm not really a stressed person, if you will. I don't do stress.
Yeah, me
Um,
neither.
but I will say sometimes at work I do get a little stressed because I have guys saying Tommy, I need this piece of equipment, I need this piece of equipment, I need this, and this, and just like now, right around Thanksgiving or Christmas, we start having things at church. We've got a living manger scene that we're going to do December the 20th, 21st, and 22nd, I think, like that. And then having to get off work, come home, get clean, and do that. Just a little more time, I think, is what I need to try to prioritize a little better. But
that's a great way of saying it.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So what kind of things do you see for the future of your channel as you move forward? And the reason why I asked that is I know that you originally said you felt like you didn't really have a direction. It was a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Right.
So just curious if you have a more clearer direction, or what can people expect? Probably
in the fall and winter, when there's no light outside in the afternoons. There will probably be less building stuff because I can't do that in the afternoons. There will probably be a little more maybe mechanical stuff as far as repairs and things like that. We're going to do some things in the barn, which I can do that, on Saturdays or Sunday after church or something like that. But I want to try to get a little more involved with, of course, we've got a small hoop house, greenhouse. I've got it moved back and everything now. I've got a few things that are actually planted in there. Probably a little more gardening and things like that. I love to garden, I'll be honest. That's something I've done for, gee whiz, I can remember back when I was 7 or 8 years old. I was helping Dad pick beans and things like that.
Oh.
But probably a little more gardening, and that I think that's probably what I'm going to look at a little bit more.
Okay, yeah, that's a good balance right there. If you could have any animal, like without the restrictions, what would be your ideal animal to have?
We had a horse one time, and that was for Cameron on one of his one for Christmas, and we had him for 3 years. I think that's right, something like that.
Wow.
And when Lindy, the owner, actually called me and wanted him back for their grandkids before we had grandkids. So I actually sold it back to, no, I don't want an alpaca, Lisa. I do not. An emu probably is what I would really want.
Really?
I really would.
You've been watching Cog Hill, right?
I love Cog Hill. I love
Sheriff Nugget.
I do. But and of course, they say that they are very, very blessed to have that type of animal because they are kind of moody animals. So I don't know. I've thought about 3 or 4 different things, but don't laugh, but I would love to have a monkey.
Have a what?
A monkey.
Really?
I would.
What kind?
Just a chimpanzee.
Really?
I would. If my daddy was watching this, he would call me right now.
You're not afraid of them?
No. Mm-mm.
I was fine with them until that episode of the famous case where the woman got attacked by her monkey.
Yeah. I saw that. Of course,
it's a wild animal.
It is. And we sit there and watch these lion tamers and things like that at circuses and all, and then you never know what you're going to get into. But that would be my ideal animal, would be a chimpanzee.
That is cool. That is cool.
Yes, I'm weird. I am.
No, not at all. That's what I love to learn stuff about this. Your sister's calling you out.
Oh my word.
They do
Yes,
throw
they
stuff.
throw stuff. They do. And
Oh,
my dad sounds like he needs to do. That's one thing that Tommy does not do. And look,
I don't either, but I did it.
You did, and I sent you a message, and I told you on my next video, since you did that, I would turn a cartwheel.
You were what?
I would turn a cartwheel since you did the dance.
And I told you, let's see it.
I can't do it in here, but I if I have to do a short, I'll do a quick one. I will.
Lisa Colovi says, "Oh no, not the monkey dance." Her and I are friends, and she texted me right after that, and she was like, "Oh my."
Oh no.
I was like, "Oh my gosh!" But my family's gonna be like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
No.
I don't even think Ryan saw it yet because I made sure I filmed it when he wasn't home.
Oh wow.
Or he was home, but he was busy, and I was like, "Oh yeah." Tell us about that mounted. Is it a deer, a buck up there?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
That's my first one.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It is. I had a friend of mine ask me. He said, "You want to go with me? I've got a place to hunt." And I said, "Sure, I'd be glad to." And this is down, I don't know, it's about 60 miles from where we are. And we left about 4 o'clock that morning, got down about 5:30. We're still dark and everything. He put me in his deer stand on one side of a hollow hill, and he was on the other because we were back to back, if you will, so we wouldn't shoot it towards each other. And it was about 8:30, I think, something like that. And I heard dogs running next door on other land that this guy has, and we had I don't even think we had radios, communicators. We had flip phones. That's what we had. And he texted me. He said, "I think there's one coming up your side." So we waited, and I watched, and I saw 3 does come out, and waited just for a minute, and then he pops out, and I thought, "Hey, look at here!" And I was actually in a place, his green field, where I don't know, it's about 200 yards long, something like that. And he comes out and comes up. He's right at 75 yards, I think, finally, and gets behind a huge pine tree and just stops. And I'm thinking, come on, dude, give me a break anyway. Well, when he comes out, he doesn't turn sideways, and he turns right, straight towards me. So when I shot, I hit him right in the chest. And when it hit the heart and went straight down.
Wow.
But Cameron was actually going to go with me that morning, and he decided not to go. So I actually took a picture of the deer and sent to him. I said, "I got your deer for you." Well, he was not happy. I promise he was not. He texted me back. He said, "You didn't do that." I said, "Yes, I did. I promise you." Jay, my friend, he said, "Jay killed that." I said, "No, son, I didn't. That's a 8 point. Yeah, it's 8 point. But
Yep.
That's the first one I ever killed. It sure is.
Pastor Lon wasn't here when you said that, so just wanted to know how many acres you have at your homestead. And good night, Carla, living a rogue life.
Bye, Carla. Thanks for stopping by. Brother, I got we've got 2 acres. That's what we've got. And we looked at more land before we bought this, and it was actually where my son lives. It was where my mother-in-law lived. When she got remarried, she moved about 20 miles south of here, and Cameron and his wife and them bought the house, and that's where they live. So they're right close to us now. But I looked at about 5 acres east of me. And the guy lived in Tampa, Florida. And I told him, I said, look, I'm very interested in this land. I said, it butts up to my mother-in-law's property. And I said, I would really like, a price on it. He said, well, I'll tell you what. He said, you go mark off what you'd like. And he said, I'll let you know. He asked me, he said, how many acres are you looking at? I said, 5. He says, no, I'm not going to sell you 5. There's 99 acres back there. I said, well, what about 3? He said, I'll sell you 2. He said, and then give you an option later on. Fine. Okay. We marked off what we wanted. And I actually had a guy come in and do a drawing of it. Had it surveyed, the whole 9 yards, and sent to him. He comes back and says, I will let you have that for $28,500. And I said, $28,500 what? He says, I will let you have those 2 acres for $28,500. I said, $2,850? He said, no, $28,500. Now, we're in the country. We have part of the Toyota plant that is in Blue Springs, Mississippi, which is about 30 miles from us.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a plant that's about 8 miles, I think, from us, something like that. And he says, you've got, perfect access to the interstate, which is 10 miles from us. And he said, that's, I said, you don't have road frontage or anything like that. I said, I'm not buying land in Tampa, Florida. He says, well, that's what I can do. That didn't pan out. So like I said, that's, if I could have any more land, I would probably have at least 5 more acres anyway. That way I could have some cattle too.
Cool. Yeah, we've been throwing around that idea ourselves, and I know we say it every week, but like we've talked about it, and I don't know, I think more and more the number is coming down in acreage. And then I have to admit, even though we're only on 2 acres here, at our age, we're just thinking that we're just wondering if we need to make what we have better, if that makes sense.
Sure. Sure. And I agree.
Our ideal setup is to have 1 barn and have different stalls and be able to go down the middle, take care of everybody. And in the wintertime, like on those days that it's really, really cold,
right.
If you needed, you could put a heater in there, one of those ones that mount up top.
Sure.
But it's just an easier way to keep everybody in, and then you can let them out in the morning. They go out to their different pastures. Because I don't know. I really think that we're probably going to stick with pigs for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that we're going to go to goats. So I think that we're always going to have, meat birds. We're going to have turkeys. We're going to have chickens. But I think that we definitely, we're just trying to think about it if we want to throw a building up here or if we're going to look somewhere else.
Right. Well, our family, I want to say our family, well, it's all Dad's land now. He's got 19 acres that's got 2 lakes and a cabin on it. And I had thought about putting just a couple of cattle up there, but he put some goats up there just to kind of keep everything so I wouldn't have to bush hog it to what he did. But he doesn't want cows up there because he said, it's going to make too many ruts, it's going to start washing and things like that. And that's something else that I'll probably do this spring is I'll probably do some fishing videos just to add to the channel for just for fun. So that's just a little something else.
Hey, Free Handley Maid, and thank you, Vineyard Chicks. You're so sweet. Jackie Saylor said land here in Northwest Florida is running about 10K an acre. Yeah, we are. Yep. I had the numbers in my head. It's been a while since I've looked, but I know that we can go anywhere from $15,000 to $50,000 an acre. It depends on where it is. So that's the problem. Because the other thing that we've talked about is even though we have 2 acres, we're right outside of town. We have a hospital and stuff like that. I know it sounds crazy, but we're older and that stuff is important,
Sure
so we're out in the middle of nowhere. Ryan's got some health conditions, as do I. So, we're just trying to think long-term, like really, are we going to rebuild over again?
You have to, because, we're going to have kids moved here and here and here. And, I'm still trying to help. My dad's 83 and he still gets around fairly well, but
Yep.
I try to look to see where I can make, and my sister does too. My brother stays busier than I do. He's actually a career fireman and also builds houses. So he's just absolutely swamped. But we try to make sure Dad has everything that he needs for the week and things like that, because we're going to be there one day ourselves. Me and my wife, you, Ryan, all of us are. And I'm like you. I look at the 2 acres and I think about other things that I can do here and there on here. But then I get to thinking that, one day I'm still going to have to mow this 2 acres too. And it's got its ups and downs. And I'll be honest, I just turned 58. That's how old I am.
Yep.
And,
53.
53.
53. Mm-hmm.
So you retired before I did. How'd you do that?
Good night, Vineyard Chicks. It was costing me more money to go to work, if that makes
Really?
sense. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, I was driving over 20 hours a week, and
wow.
because it's an hour each way, and
Wow.
it cost me wear and tear on the vehicle, gas,
Sure.
all that stuff. And the reality of it is just the income. It just gets crazy. So it's just easier to be able to. When my mom passed, you were around for that. And so when my mom passed, we had spent long hours having conversations about quality of life versus having, our income and stuff like that.
Sure.
Ryan's still working for his own decisions and reasons, but we just decided that he'd rather have me home, and he's pretty excited about it too. So he's got dinner on the table compared to hearing me go, I just got home.
Yeah, exactly. And,
But yeah, we look at, trying to grow it, but then we've done such a great job with being efficient,
right,
that we can still fit more. We can fit a big barn on this property in at least 2 locations. So, I mean, that's what we're thinking about. And that's why I think, here's the tip for you though. Here's a tip for you. The more you put on your land, the less you have to mow.
exactly right.
So I will tell you this, the pigs were in the back, and the grass would grow real high up there.
Mm-hmm.
And once in a while, Ryan would go down there and weed whack it all, because there's a lot of stumps and stuff. So it's really nice because the pigs eat it all up.
Well, you're right. You really are. And I've really thought about where our property meets our neighbor at the back, is fencing that in back there, and where our fire pit and all that is, just let the goats kind of graze down in there some during the week, just to kind of help keep it down. And Alicia tries to mow some, but she's had, and I'll tell you this. I mean, you didn't ask, but I'll tell you. Back 5 years ago, something like that, her and Lindy were leaving the house and going to Lindy's cheer for something. I forget what that was, but they got a mile up the road, and Alicia had not put her seatbelt on.
Oh, wow.
And she veered off the road onto the gravel, and when she turned back, she overcorrected. Well, when it did, the van slid sideways and flipped in the air. And like I said, Lindy was buckled in, and when she hit the side of the road into the culvert. It picked Alicia up out of the front seat and put her all the way in the back of the van, and it broke her neck.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Lindy called me. I was actually leaving work early to come home and mow the yard. And she says, Dad, we've had a wreck. I says, well, where are you? She says, we're up here by the steakhouse. I said, okay, I'm on the way. So when I get here, and that it's still tough to talk about, Lisa, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, take your time.
But when I got here, Lindy was outside with one of the neighbors up the road, and Alicia was still in the van. The van was flipped back upright, but she
Oh.
was wedged under the back seat. And a good friend of mine that's on the ambulance service that we've done a lot of classes together with rescue and all this kind of stuff. He was
Yeah.
actually getting her out. Of course, she was in full package mode, what they call, of course, had neck brace and all that kind of stuff on. We get her to the hospital, and they go in. Uh, they do a full body scan of her. I mean, from head to toe.
Yeah.
She's got tingling in her arms, tingling in her back, and things like that. And I'm thinking, God, I need your help in this. I really need your help. Well,
Yeah.
when we get back to the ER room, her mom is there. I'm there. Lindy's there. 3 or 4 of our friends are there. One of my pastor friends is there. I'm not going to call the doctor's name, but he has retired. One of the best neurosurgeons in the country came in, and he said, Tommy, I'm going to tell you. He said, I don't pull any punches. I don't sugarcoat things like that. He said, but your wife is more than blessed. I said, so how bad is it? He said, she broke C2 and C3 right here. She had already had plates and everything in there from a previous surgery because of the wear on her neck and all. She's had 3 back surgeries.
Oh,
and
gosh.
Come on in. They'd love to see you too. There she is. There's Lindy.
Hey, Lindy.
That's Lisa.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm telling about your wreck. You're in Mom's wreck.
Very.
But he says 1 centimeter. Now that's small. To the left, he said she would have bled to death inside the car.
I smell this.
He said 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter to the right, she would have been a quadriplegic.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm serious. I've got a picture. I mean, she had to have a halo for 4 months.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And when we got up to the room, we stayed up there for one night. The doctor comes in. He says, okay, we're going down. We're going to put on a halo. I thought, oh boy, this is going to be fun. And we get down. He tells her exactly what she's going to do. Of course, he gives her 4 shots. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. That's where the screws go in.
Yeah.
And like I said, we came home 4 days later, had to have a hospital bed, and I mean, just things like that. But we actually went in.
Can I take ibuprofen for my shot from my arm?
Mm-hmm. Okay. We went. Lindy had something in Disney World with her modeling and acting that we were supposed to be at in December of that year. This actually happened on October the 7th, which my mom's birthday is October the 8th. But she came up to the hospital and she says, boy, she said, you really want to give me, a different kind of birthday present, didn't you? Well, no, not really, not like that. But we drove all the way to Orlando, which is 13 hours from our house. It's 700 miles.
Wow.
And she actually, I don't know if she may kill me for this, but I think I want to show the picture of this if I can. But we've had our share of ups and downs and trials and tribulations, and without the Lord, I'll be honest with you, Lisa, we couldn't have made it. We couldn't have made it.
I'm so glad she's all right. Gosh.
She has got about 60% of her neck that'll she can move here to here. When she's driving, she has to actually stop and do the whole body motion this way to look back and forth.
Yeah.
Which scares her to go into intersections and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and then was it last year? October the 8th. October the 8th of my mom's birthday.
Wow.
Like I said, we were taking care of Cameron's dogs over there, and his male dog is named Zeus, And when Electra, that's our granddaughter, comes over here, he wants to come over here with her. Well, he runs over. Alicia's got Electra, our middle, well, I've got two other grandkids. One's 14, one's 15, and one's 11. And then Electra's 4, and then our youngest is 5 months. But he comes over and he loves to play. Well, he jumps up and bites Alicia on the ear, bit her right earlobe off. I'm serious. I can't make this stuff up. So we go to the hospital.
Gosh.
We go to the hospital. When we go to the hospital, they call the county that we live in. They call them and said that we've had a dog to attack. I said, no, we have not had a dog to attack anybody. They had to come do a report, even though it's our son's dog. They sent us from there to the plastic surgeon, which is right down the hill. And he actually, of course, we had the piece of the earlobe, and
right,
it was already dead. So he actually has to take and cut that and redo that. So so far this year we've been good.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Knock on wood and pray, whatever it is you need.
I'm telling you. Yes.
When you told me to come in here.
For what? Oh, okay. Come over here, man. This is Grayson. This is our daughter's boyfriend.
Hi, Grayson.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
He
Awesome.
He's actually going to Bible college and has got a bowling scholarship.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So now that's one thing I try to do every time we go to bowl. You guys need to be more careful.
Right?
We stay home on October the 8th.
We better put a padded suit on October the 8th. Don't drive. Don't go nowhere.
No, nowhere. Not going anywhere.
Feed the animals with one of those long hands.
I'm telling you. But she is she's a trooper though. She is, and I wouldn't have got as far in life without her. I can tell you that.
Wow.
But
wow.
Like I said, I try to sneak her in a video every now and then, just for the heck of it. And she says
she doesn't look impressed.
I don't like being in videos. But we did during Thanksgiving. We did get to go to Disney World, and we got a few. I got a few shots here and there, and this and that. So I'm gonna try to make a video. Of course, I got to be careful with that because of copyright issues with songs and things like that. So
yeah.
But I may do just a short one with that, later on next week sometime.
Nice.
But there's just, we've had a lot of things go on here and there.
So I've put it out to the chat because I've kept you over an hour. I apologize because I know it's late by you.
No, you're good. It's just 15 to
10. So if anybody in the chat has any comments or questions for Tommy.
Yep.
Everybody's saying hi to Grayson. Grayson's like, yo.
Yeah. Grayson's probably number 9 or 10 from Lindy's guys. I'll be honest, and she will tell you the same thing. I kid you not, Lisa. She would bring one home. I say bring one home. They would bring.
Grayson's
home.
behind you, right?
Yeah. I mean, he knows the stories. I'm telling you, he does. He knows the stories, and he's had a couple of real winners himself. but this will we've told Lindy that if she messes this up, she can leave and we'll keep Grayson.
Well, that's good for you, Grayson.
Yeah, it is. But he's a good guy. Like I said, he and his family, they went with us to Disney World, and we had a good time. There's 10 of us that went.
Wow, nice.
Mm-hmm. It was. His family was in one condo, and me and Alicia and Lenny were in the other.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, that looked like fun. I saw the pictures you guys had on Instagram.
Yep. We'll put a few on there, but yeah. Any questions? I'll try to answer them. Whatever I need to try to do.
Any questions for Tommy at Monts Family Homestead? Put them in caps. It makes it easier for me. What's the biggest thing you struggle with on your homestead?
The biggest thing. I think again, Lisa, probably time management as far as trying to get everything done. I'm a neat freak, if you will. I like my yard to be nice and neat. I actually mowed the leaves this afternoon because we're going to put up our manger scene that we made 12, 15 years ago. We're going to put it up tomorrow. So I may do a time lapse video with that. Just
Yeah,
let
that'd be cool.
and I'll kind of try to show people how I made those and how we mount them and put them in the ground and things like that.
That's cool.
Got to do that.
What kind of challenges do you find like working and having to, it probably speaks to the time management, but like working and, you know, taking care of the animals and all that stuff?
Sometimes I do have, very seldom do I have to work over or get called in. I mean, that's sometimes if I have a piece of equipment go down at night, I'll work for the city, and I'm like I said, the shop foreman there. And if anything goes down, whatever time of day or night it is, they call me and say, hey, you know, I need this, you know, whatever else. But I think the hardest thing is trying to put everything again in an order that I like it. And you know, I'm not going to say I'm not good with change, because I know we have to change some things, but I like things to run in order, if you will.
And you have a homestead?
Yeah. Is it really? Really? But I do.
Your sister said, I'm old. I'm going to headed to bed. Great feed. Love you. Proud of you and yours. Good night.
Good night, sis.
Good night. Thanks for being here. I read it because I didn't want to lose the question that Celtic Roots had on there.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Where is Grayson going? He went to the University of Valley Forge.
No. He is actually going to Blue Mountain College.
Oh, cool.
That's kind of in the northern part of the state.
Yep. Some folks are just coming in, so just helps to make sure everybody
plan to do different animals, numbers of acres. We are in Mississippi. We're in North Mississippi. What do you plan to do?
Do you plan to add
different animals? Yes, we're going to add turkeys. Again, probably in the spring, and we have 2 acres. So our son's got 2 acres also. So between both of us, we have 4 acres.
Yep. That's awesome. Any other questions, guys, for Tim? I'm sorry. I was looking at Tim Posey's question as I was looking at the chat. Any other questions for Tommy? I apologize. What brings you the most joy on your homestead? And any tips for someone who wants to start out?
Start small, for one thing. Being honest.
True.
Don't get frustrated when things don't go right. I actually, last year, when we got the snow and everything in February, my hoop house, it's 12 feet by 8 feet. And I had tomatoes, I had squash, I had broccoli and a couple more things in there. And the snow was so packy and so heavy that it pulled the extension cord loose, and that was on our coldest night, and it killed everything in it, everything overnight.
Wow.
But I mean, you can't get frustrated. If you do, it'd run you crazy.
Right.
You know, it wouldn't me. Just starting out, I've been gardening all my life. Like I said, my mom and dad, my grandfather taught me gardening, and taught me. I remember, I mean, he had an 80 Ford tractor that I called it mine, if you will, that we would dig potatoes with. And, you know, that's anything that you can do on a homestead. Start small. I've got 4 raised beds, you know, and that's what I do, you know.
And you said Grayson was going to Blue Mountain Bible College?
That's right.
Okay, just wanted to make sure because
Mhm.
Celtic Roots was asking,
Yes.
so I wanted to make sure. Barb's Country Home wants to know if you name your chickens.
Yes. Trouble, 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 and more trouble.
Oh wow.
No, I don't name my chickens. I don't. I don't think we ever will. Now, for those of you that do watch Cog Hill Farm, Mary Carl knows every chicken that they have by name.
I know.
And I don't know how this girl does that. And I
She's
don't.
good.
But I won't name, and I won't name my turkeys either. The only thing that we'll name will be our goats.
Okay. I name pretty much everything except the meat birds.
Yeah.
The problem with my chickens is there's 25 and one rooster. So
Good
when
for him.
yeah, so the problem was when we first got our chickens, we had 4 of each breed. We had
Right.
12. Well, they all looked alike. I couldn't tell them apart.
Mhm,
So everybody
mhm.
was like, "Oh, they'll get personalities." Well, they got personalities, but not enough for me. I have names for them. I can't tell who's who.
I'm not going to
Barb names them all. Well, Barb, when you get 26 of them, let's talk.
What's your biggest regret about starting your homestead, or what would you do different? What would I do different? Pastor Lon, I don't think I have any regrets per se. My daughter's laughing about that.
No, that's the way you said it.
What would I do different? I think I would try to have gotten more animals to start with. I don't say number wise, but different, as far as chickens and turkeys and goats and, things like that. I think I would have tried to done that quicker, if you will.
Gotcha. Let's see. Joy Bless Life said, I knew all my mama's daddy's puppies by name when we were breeders, but my hubby would mix them up. And I think, yeah, I think that's kind of different. Because you spend more time with
You do.
them.
You do.
Don't get me wrong. I have one great, she's a lavender Orpington. I call her Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
She loves to come up and lay on the cement porch. She lays her egg. Smash. She comes running over to me every time, and she's got they're so fluffy, the
Right.
lavender Orpingtons.
Right.
But she looks like she has a petticoat.
Wow.
Because her rear feathers are kind of curly-ish
Mm-hmm.
instead of just laying down. So it's really funny because I'm like, that's wild. You know what I mean? So she's the
Well, that's
one I
cool.
always go, here comes Lucy. But are you still okay to stay? Because I know it's really late by you. I was going to open up and see if anybody wanted to come up and talk to you.
No, that's fine. I mean, I can be here a little bit. That'll be fine.
Okay, because just say the word, because I know that it's really late by you.
No, we're good. We're good.
And I know it's late by other people too, but they can just click off and leave.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, if anybody wants to come on up, I don't mind if you come up. I need to see and hear you. No shenanigans is how I like to say it. And I always tell people, if you behave, there's no issue. If you don't behave, then
We cut you off.
I got to cut you off. And I only say that because, it happens, believe it or not. So I
Yeah.
don't think anyone here would do that.
No.
So don't be offended.
Mm.
Are you in a country or a city?
Are you in a country? I'm in the country. Yes.
Okay.
I have a small town about 2 miles, 3 miles from us, something like that. The biggest city that we have is actually Tupelo, which is about 45,000 people, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, the town that I was raised in, we had, for all my life, we had 1,100 residents.
Wow.
And the town that I'm near now, we have about 1,100 residents. So I'm a small town guy.
Yeah, I'm for some reason I'm drawing a blank on what my town is here. But of course, mine you have to add in they don't add in all the tourists.
Right.
Leanne said, yes, you have to have clothes on also if you want to come up. And yes, please have clothes on. But yeah, if anybody wants to come on up, again, feel free to do so. Hey, Bland's Promised Land Ranch. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm just going to say, here's Erica.
That's it. Hello.
It's probably Monica, but I'll say Erica.
You're probably right.
Hey, Charles, Fallen Arkansas veterans, welcome in.
Tiny Tim also on the second part of his question says, do you plan to add more acres?
Yep.
Probably not where I am unless I can buy behind me. The
Yep.
lady that owns that, her mom and dad lived 2 houses down, but they passed away. And there's 150 acres there. And she actually has a nutrition shop that Lindy works at, or a tea shop.
She doesn't own the tea shop.
Whoever owns the tea shop.
Yeah, me and her are friends now.
Yeah, y'all are friends. Okay. But anyway, that's where she works. But anyway, the reason I asked the question is because biggest regret was getting more animals than we had the infrastructure. Yeah, I will agree with that. That's one thing I don't want to do. I don't want to have to build all the time to house everything. And like I said, the barn that I've got out there, we built 2 stalls for our goats there, and they're like 12 by 12, something like that. So I try to keep, and of course, you can look at statistics and things, or not statistics, but what people say about how many goats you can have on so much land, and this, that, and the other. But I'm not going to crowd my goats. I'm just not going to do it.
No, and 12 by 12, I mean, I think that's like a basic stall size anyway,
Yeah.
and that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I know, thinking back to Pastor Lon's question about regrets, and I think that we should have done that sooner.
Right.
I know that had we not purchased this property and it had buildings on it, it just made life a lot easier to move forward.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll agree.
Because you had something to start with. You didn't have all the money laying out.
Exactly.
It was more hard work to do it. So I think that's important. Sandy Toes wants to know, what would be your top 5 vegetables or fruit to grow?
If I could grow oranges, I would grow oranges.
Really?
Yes. Yes. Lindy said we would grow pineapples. So,
nice.
Yes. We all love pineapples. Vegetables, gee whiz. I don't think there's a vegetable that I don't eat. So my top 5 would probably be squash, okra, green beans, probably eggplant. I love eggplant. And corn more than likely. I think that's what. Of course, everybody knows that tomatoes are fruit, so we still grow tomatoes anyway, though.
Cool. I see Ariella has come up. Ariella, I see that you're working on stuff. Are you ready to come up or not yet? Give me 1 minute. Sure, no problem.
Okay.
When you're ready, Ariella, give me the thumbs up.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
She's just getting stuff ready. How about Swiss chard? That's what Leanne at the Mennonite farmhouse is asking.
I've never grown any.
Really?
I never have. And we grow turnip greens and mustard greens every year too, though. But I have never eaten Swiss chard. I never have.
Me neither, and never grew it until this year because I got seeds from Garden State Gardener. And I will tell you this, it was, as Annette from the Cow Emporium told me,
right.
Balsamic vinegar in a pan.
Really?
Awesome. Simple. I was going to cook it with bacon grease and bacon. But she told me that, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to do that." And you let it reduce. Oh, it was really good.
I'll have to try that.
I have to say, let's see. Love growing and picking green beans, but I don't love eating them as much. Yeah, I totally get that.
I actually had a guy at work to give me those green beans. I think I did a short video on those, but they are about 18 to 24 inches long, and I put them on a hoop to put them for a runner, and they have a different taste to them. I'm trying to remember the names of those things. I think it's like a Japanese green bean. I think that's right. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's right.
Cool.
But we also grow the blue lake beans. We grow those. So I'm in just about any vegetable I love. Is there a crop you would like to try and grow next? We actually, I don't know. I may have to look at Swiss chard just to see. Because, like I said, I've never grown any of it.
What about spinach?
We tried spinach, but I don't know what I did wrong. And it got about yay tall, and it went like that, and it was over.
Oh wow!
So I don't know if I may need to send off a soil sample to see if I need to do something else with it.
Yep.
Sure.
I'm just waiting for Ariella to let me know if she's all set.
Okay.
I know she's down there waiting to come up. She's trying to get some settings, it looks like. How about kale?
Never done kale.
Kale would be good. I mean, you've got some good weather year round, right?
Most of the time, from December to February, most of the time our lows are mid-20s, and then our highs are in the upper 50s most of the time.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Yep, really.
Wow.
But we have to pay for it in the summertime.
Yeah.
106, 107 with 95% humidity.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Sorry. Hey, Nordic Drip Coaching, thanks for being here. That is so wild. Oh, wow. I think we lost Ariella. She was trying to get on. But anybody else wants to come on, I'm going to throw up the link. Any last questions for Tommy? I just want to make sure. I think he's exhausted. He worked all day, and then he's been here, and he's up late with us. Bland's Promised Land Ranch had a high of 78 today. The windows are all open tonight. Oh, my word. I got my stove.
Wow. They're in Texas, right?
Hey, Moon Sprouts. Welcome in. She changed her name to Color Drop. Very cool. I'll have to check that out. So, yeah, any last-minute questions for Tommy? And if anybody wants to come up and join us, again, you just got to behave.
No.
I say that because there have been issues, so that's why.
Yeah, I've seen those a couple of times.
Yeah, but moderators, take a break. You guys, y'all have been working so hard, and I can't thank you enough. One thing I do want to ask while we're just waiting to see, Lisa Kalovi, one of my moderators. Lisa, is your spouse watching? And if he is, do you mind if I use his first name? What's the best green for fiber? Hi, Ariella.
Oh, hi there. Yeah, I hope this thing's working. I'm having technical issues, so trying to get up through my phone.
That's awesome. For me, the best green is all the dark leafy stuff. That's what I do.
Yep.
Thanks, Pastor Lon. Good night. I'm sorry.
Hey,
my
brother.
tongue is tied. That's what I would say. And I mean, to me, all the homegrown stuff is just much better than anything you can buy in the store.
It is.
Oh, Lisa Kalovi. Okay, so I would like to say his name, and I'd like the chat to say something to him. So what I was thinking, Lisa, is that you can just show him the chat if you want. So just give me a thumbs up if that works for you. I'll explain this in just a minute, guys. Just waiting on her. I'm glad it's working, Ariella. It's good to see you. Okay. So y'all, if you're here every Friday night, you know Lisa Kalovi is somebody that I have known since kindergarten. And she's
yeah, thanks. Yeah, well, at least I'm up, but
and she's been like tried and true moderator here. Well, her husband's birthday is today. So y'all tell Frank at at Lisa Colovi. Happy birthday. So I want you guys to blow up that chat for me
Wow.
so we can wish Frank a happy birthday.
Yep.
Just because I wanted to make sure. So we're going to blow up the chat for a minute so he can see it. Happy birthday, Frankie. We love you. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you. I've been thinking about that all day, and I was like, oh, I hope she does. I didn't tell her. So happy birthday, Frankie. I love you, boo-boo.
Oh, happy birthday, Frankie.
That's awesome. Thank you. Oh, look at the chat. I hope Frank sees it. That's so cool.
And
Seriously.
I hope we don't have echo.
No, it sounds good. Probably just a delay, and that's fine.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, I just sort of got it up here because otherwise I can't see. I'm, broadcasting from my phone, so I'm lucky. I've got two phones, I guess,
No kidding.
and a computer which really struggles to run a StreamYard. So that's why I sort of got the phone out instead of trying to do it with the computer.
Gotcha. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Oh, how sweet. Thank you. Everybody blew up the chat with it. And Lisa Colovi typed in that Frank said thank you. But yeah, Lisa literally texted me this morning to say, oh yeah, like, I'm sorry, we're going to go out later for his birthday, and I should be home by 9:30. Like, just go. Enjoy the evening.
Well, you know what I say? Once you get to 40, you start counting back.
Yeah, that's right. And Lisa said he's 54, but I stayed 21.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She can't type anymore. I totally get it. Stop typing, moderators. Enjoy the break.
I get that.
And thank you to all who moderated tonight. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome.
Oh, you're welcome. Yes, I saw that guy quite early, and I ended up blocking him. So he's blocked from your channel or hidden from your channel. So hopefully he won't be back.
Thank you. And I was trying to block him too because I caught it out of the corner of my eye, and it was just weird. Like it wouldn't go through. It kept saying error. So thank you.
Yeah, I think because everybody was onto him, all the mods are onto him, and like everyone was deleting his messages before I could get him blocked. So I think it was just because everybody was onto him already. So
Yeah.
all good there, Lisa.
I have control issues. I'm sorry.
Oh, you get that. It's okay.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with staying on. I just want to make sure with Tommy, like Tommy, at any point, I know it's late for you, if any point you're tired, you want to get going, just say something because we'll get chatting forever.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, Lisa Colovi, I just wanted to show this to you guys. Nordic Drip Coaching also has control issues. I can tell, girl. I'm with you.
Very interesting, Tommy, and great to meet you, and great to meet your channel.
Nice to meet you too. I can see it looks like a wonderful day behind you.
What have I got behind me? I've got I think I've got some kitties or something, some little stuffed toys, and I'm sitting by the window here.
Thanks.
So yeah, the earlier monkey dance on my live.
Oh wow.
Leanne, were you talking about Daz's live or mine? Because I don't think mine went that late. You're talking about Daz's. Yeah, I know. Well, we had to talk him into it. Oh, everybody's still doing that. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll put the link up if anybody wants to come on up. Again, just keep it clean and all that stuff, or I'll boot you. But yeah, Tommy, it's been great having you on tonight. We're really enjoying
I really appreciate it. Leslie. I do. I really. I'm actually going to be on Southern Roots Monday night.
Are ya?
I am.
That's cool. That's it. Southern Roots, I think that's Sherry, and I know that you did chili. I did. And so did you win the chili challenge?
Oh, heavens no. No. I do love to cook. I do, but I do more grilling than I do anything. And like I said, my wife does not like me in her kitchen.
I thought you did really well keeping it clean and cooking. I have to be impressed. I got thinking, wow, if he cooks, he can cook in my kitchen anytime.
Like I said, I am a neat freak. I am. I can't stand things to be out of order. I can't.
So Ariella, what's going on with you?
Now I'm just relaxing this afternoon. Of course I was live this morning. Well, this morning for me, my time. So now just relaxing. Well, I wanted to make sure I had my live done before yours started, and I was earlier scratching my head now. Who's going live today? Because I know I'd set the alert. So I was off well and truly before your live started. So all good.
Yeah, it was funny when you messaged me earlier today. I was literally knee deep in shavings and chicken poop. So
I could imagine. And I believe that there's congratulations in order for Nisi, because I think I saw a post that she got past the magic number for her channel. So
wow.
Big congratulations there, Nisi. Freehandly made AU. Well done.
yes, she did. And so if anybody's looking for anything to watch, feel free to go check out her channel and watch a lot of stuff.
Yeah, help her watch hours.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great gift for her for this holiday season. Sandy Toes was asking if any of us have projects on the homestead. And I agree. There's always projects on the homestead. I'm going to bring Joy up. Hold on one second, and then we'll finish answering that. On the homestead. And I agree. There's always projects. It's okay. I'm going to bring Joy up. Hold on one second, and then we'll finish answering that. On the homestead. And I agree. There's always projects. It's okay.
I need to
Hold on one second,
get rid of the YouTube side.
You can close out the tab if you're on a computer.
Okay. I need to get rid of the YouTube side.
You can close out the tab if you're on a computer. You'll hear it.
Get rid of the YouTube side.
Okay, take your time. Close out the tab if you're on a computer. You got it.
You got it.
Oh, it started again. Okay, take your time. Close out the tab if you're on a computer. You got it.
Right. Okay.
It started. Okay, take your time.
Is that, let's see.
I don't hear it now. I think you did it.
Yeah, I think it might have worked now.
Yeah, I don't hear it. Yeah. Welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
It's good to see your face. Looking beautiful.
All right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Let's see. I just wanted to say that testimony about your wife
Yes.
was amazing, because Lisa knows I had a cousin
Right.
and her baby. Is it still echoing?
A little bit.
Okay. I guess I don't know how to cut the YouTube side out.
Can you mute it? Not you, but the one that's running. If you have it on the live.
There. You can hear me now?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I can't hear you. I shut the mic off on the computer. I'll just say what I was going to say.
Sure.
Lisa knows, because I had sent her messages about my cousin and her baby that had a terrible accident, and they were life flighted and everything. And then the baby broke his neck, and he's like about 3 years old. And my cousin had like broken ribs and everything like that, and her baby, you know, had this neck thing, and they were in really bad shape. They went to the same hospital, and then they moved them and went, and because the baby had such serious injuries, they had to take him somewhere else. So here she is trying to recuperate as a mother. So her parents had to split duty.
Oh, wow.
Her mom went to where the baby was at a children's hospital, and then the dad stayed with the daughter, you know, 24/7.
Right.
And the baby's daddy stayed with him as well. They had to like make him get rest every now and then,
Sure.
you know. And the doctor said they did surgery on the baby, and he wasn't supposed to walk at all.
Wow.
They said he will never walk. And we were all praying, and he is walking now. He's wearing a neck brace and everything now. He's out of the hospital and everything like that, but he's actually probably doing better than his mama is that was in the accident.
Right.
You know,
Wow.
God just really came through in prayer and stuff like that. So that really touched my heart, because we were living through, you know, that family issue and stuff like that. And that was really recent.
Yep.
and everything. So anyway, I just wanted to share that your whole testimony and everything. Oh, we're here in the Smoky Mountains, and that we're believing for some property, because we want to have a little homesteading thing on our on a piece of property as well. So, and it's always encouraging. You all, like, in a small little bit of acreage, you can do so much.
Oh, you can.
Know?
Yeah,
so
you can.
all of you guys inspire me. So I just wanted to share that and say I really appreciated your testimony. But since I don't know how to turn that off, I'll go ahead and go down, because I don't know how to get rid of that.
But you can hear me, right?
I don't think she can, Lisa.
Okay. No worries.
No,
Okay.
I really appreciate that, because I'm, you know, you've been where we have.
Let's see. How do I get out?
Here, Joy, I'll remove you.
Okay.
Poor thing. Hey, Maple Mill Acres, Tony, how are you? So I wanted to go back to Sandy Toe's question. Do you have any projects going on in the homestead, Tommy?
Right now, like I said, we're kind of, I guess, going to wait through the winter to start turkey stuff. I'll probably build them a small home, if you will, where we started our goats, and that's going to be probably in the springtime.
Yep. Very cool. Very cool. What you been up to today, Ariella, besides your live? Did you get out and walk about?
Not a real lot yet, actually. I'm sort of throwing up, do I want to go to the shops or don't I? I'm sort of really totally over the mall and over the shops here with everything that's going on here in this country. So maybe I'll just pass on the shops today. I do have to film something a bit later. Of course, there's Laurie's favourite Christmas song, favourite Christmas carol challenge that I've got to film sometime. Maybe I'll do that later today, or maybe I'll do that tomorrow morning. And of course, I've got some sausages that I really need to cook, and I think I'll cook them up in a green curry. And of course, I'll probably film that as well. And I've got my baby bird video that I've got to finish editing. I've got like about 2 hours of footage to get through, and I'm about a third of the way through the footage, so plenty to do always.
Oh my, that's a lot. Tommy, just real quick, I'm tired. I can't even talk. Tiny Tim Posey asked what breed goats, and I believe it was Nigerian dwarf.
That's correct. That's correct. Okay. We do have one Nubian, and that's the one I actually sold today, and they're going to come pick him up in the morning.
Cool. Ariella, you need goats.
I think that was a
Yeah,
no.
the way this garden is, yes. I wish we were allowed to have one because it would really work quite good in this garden. But of course, being in the city, and of course this is a rental, we can't.
Darn.
Hmm.
I totally get it though. I was just teasing you. You have a
Well,
beautiful.
actually, I'd like to be somewhere where I'd be allowed to have, some goats and some chickens and some pigs and all of that. I miss that. My early childhood, before I ran out on my adopters, was actually spent on a farm. So it's one thing I sort of do know something about is animals. I'm not really that good at gardening, but I do know about cows and pigs and sheep and chickens and goats and those sorts of things. And I actually really miss that. So, I've hit that 40th birthday and started counting back quite a few years ago. So, I'm sort of at a stage of life where a lot of my traveling, I don't really feel like keeping to travel, and I'm sort of wanting to return to my roots and just settle down, I guess you could say.
Yep.
And of course, my dream is to live in the States and, to see snow and have white Christmases just about every year and, have Christmas time in the proper season and not during summer and all of that. When I lived in Southeast Asia, well, of course, I was north of the equator. So, Christmas time and winter was in December, January, February, that sort of thing. So I just want to get back to all of that.
That's really cool.
We
That's
have,
really cool.
I mean, ours varies from year to year. Cameron and his wife, when they got married, they were married a couple of years, and he transferred with the company he was working with. They transferred to right outside of Tampa, Florida. They wanted to live down there for a while, and they did for a couple of years. But I'm like Ariella. I like a cold winter or a cold Christmas. That's just me. We don't get snow at Christmas time. Ours is usually late January, February, and that's when we get our ice and snow all then. But there's a lot of places I think that like to have snow for Christmas, but I can count maybe 3 times I can remember we've had a snow on Christmas Day.
Yeah. I laugh because I've always lived in, except for the western part of North Carolina, but we still did get snow there. But I lived in Connecticut. We lived here in South Dakota, and so the funniest thing is that when my son was little, well, we were married, so Nick had to be, I don't know, anywhere from 8 to 10 years old, and Ryan's mom bought him snowshoes, right? So because they were living in Maine, so they bought him snowshoes from LL Bean. And wouldn't you know it, talk about everything coming together. That was the year that we had 2.5 feet of snow on Christmas Day.
Wow.
It was Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. The piles were as tall as the roof of the house by the road. They actually had to come back around when they were done plowing to remove the piles to make it safer to see around.
Gee whiz.
And we laughed about, like, what a perfect year to give that kid snowshoes. And he trampled all over that property. And that was 2 acres too, but it was 2 acres we were on a very small, like, triangle part of
Right.
it. And then the rest was all uphill into the forest. So it was useless property is what we called it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas now we have, you know, we know we're going to have snow, but we really do need snow bad because we've had no precipitation.
Mm.
So it's crazy.
Mm.
Joy Bless said it's 48 degrees in the Smokies tonight. What elevation are you at where you are, Joy? Because I know it varies a lot and that changes a lot down in that area. I remember when I lived in Western North Carolina, it said like all the weather forecast was over 3,000 feet because that's the differences. So they go, if it's over 3,000 feet, you can expect this. If it's under.
But yeah, that's my current temperature here, which is actually cool. It's
for summer.
7.
Yep.
For summer, it's cool. But a couple of days ago, it was 93, and
Yeah.
I nearly melted. Once it gets over 85, I don't really like it very much. And of course, generally in the summers here, you get a lot of that.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, the sun here, it's very, very bright, very, very harsh, a lot of UV. So it's really not very good for my skin to be here either.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, we're at 30 now. We had 48 for a high. Joy Bless Life said 997 feet. We're over 5,300 feet. So it makes sense when you hear about why it's so cold by us. Arizona kid said you'd really struggle in Arizona summer. So we're getting kind of near the end, but I saw this comment pop up, and I know Gwen at Broke Cowgirl is a wealth of information. She said she was done with rabbits. They were way more costly to feed than they produced. Fascinating. Good night, Leanne, Mennonite Farmhouse. Good night.
Good night.
So yeah, Gwen, we need to chat because I need to talk about that. But well, Eddie, we got a few minutes left, but I just want to make sure. I know it's late for everybody, and I know for myself, I'm exhausted after that chicken coop clean out nightmare.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, Ryan came home and I was in the dark.
That was always the nastiest job, cleaning out the chicken coop.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I still have one load left that has to go down in the back, but it was too dark and I couldn't see enough to back up to get out of there. But any last minute questions for Tommy at Monts or even Ariella or, you know, anybody? Hey, morning, Blue Pixie. Good night, the color drop. 12:30 a.m. Tony's up again. Poor Tony. We need to talk about your sleep habits, Tony.
Yeah, I must look. What's my time here? I think, it's 3. It's just coming up to 3:30 here.
Oh, wow.
I can't read without these. 3:30 p.m.
Gotcha. It's about, I can't find, there it is. It's about just about 9:30 p.m. here by me, but I know. Good night, Philip at Arizona Kid. Thanks for being here. I know by Tommy, it's 10:30.
Right.
And
because she is 16 hours ahead of us, so it's 3:30 Saturday afternoon there.
Yep. That always
Saturday afternoon here. Yeah, I'm situated Melbourne, Victoria.
Right.
You have such a beautiful spot by the creek there.
Yeah, it is a beautiful spot by the creek. Pity we've got not a beautiful government, which I can't sort of speak about very much, and not very beautiful social conditions or mandates and all that sort of thing. But I can't sort of speak of that too much or speak of the dragon too much. So we'll just leave that subject.
The dragon. I love it.
Yeah, that magic C word that none of us can say.
Well, see, I turned it into something nice by calling it cinnamon vanilla.
Yeah.
Hey, Dawn at DV Acres.
Mm.
Well, y'all, I think I'm going to get going. Tommy, thanks so much for being here tonight. Ariella, thanks for being here. You guys are awesome.
Welcome.
I really do appreciate it, Lisa. I do. Like I said, this is something new for me, and I've had followers come from your channel, and things like I try to send everybody to your way and things like that. So, I mean, you're double or triple what I am anyway. But
Night, Nisi.
but I hope to again just share some things that maybe people. Of course, there's a lot of more knowledge out there than what I know and things like that. But,
Yeah.
and I try to answer every question that's sent to me either on Instagram or on whatever. But we're going to grow slowly, and
Yep.
like I said, I'm not too worried about the monetization and all that kind of stuff. So
Everybody's different. Everybody has a different path, a different journey.
oh yeah, yeah.
And all that stuff. So, I mean, it's really not a comparison thing.
No, and if
I always tell people, do you, boo? That's all that matters.
That's it. And if I wake up in the morning and have 135,000 followers, that's good. If I don't, that's fine too.
And you never know. You may.
Nah.
You never know.
I'm not that interesting.
Oh, please. You are interesting. We heard you tonight.
Yeah.
So, well,
I will I will give you just subscribe. Thank you, Maple Hills. I appreciate that very much. I will give you just a small sample of a little bit of what I do as far as singing.
Oh,
and then
bring
and then we can go. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Oh, you better
go
do a Christmas carol.
I might do one video before Christmas gets here. I think my favorite song is Silent Night. So I may do that. And just kind of share.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, Tommy. I appreciate it. It was nice to have you on and interview you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. DV Acres, thank y'all so much.
And thanks for being patient with me figuring stuff out in the beginning. And I was a little scattered tonight, I think, because I'm kind of sore from everything today.
Hey, like I told you, this is my first one, and I was afraid I was going to tear up my laptop. I didn't know what I was doing.
You did a great job. Ariella, good night. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here.
Yes, thank y'all.
Thanks for all your questions. Everybody, y'all take care and have a wonderful evening. Take care, everybody.
Good night. God bless y'all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for being here. You guys are amazing. You're amazing. Good night, Marinos. Good night, Mike. Good night, Dawn. Good night, Sandy Toes. Good night, Tony Maple Mill Acres, Lisa Colovi. Good night. Good night, Fallen Arkansas veterans. You guys are just awesome. Love y'all. Take care. Bye. Be safe. And happy birthday to Frank. Thanks for everybody for doing that. Thank you, y'all. Good night. Good night, Seed Faith. Thank you, Blue Pixie. Good night. Good night, Joy. Joy, bless life. All right. Good night, John Boy. Love you guys. Bye.